Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about Jason Spezza and his situation going forward with the Stars and what he's done this season and why he's looking to be on the short stick for the Dallas Stars plans in the future. Now the date was July 1st, 2014. The Stars acquired Jason Spezza and Ludwig Karlsson from the Ottawa Senators for Alex Chiasson, Nicholas Paul, Alex Kuptul, and a 2015 second-round pick, which would later become Gabriel Gagne. And even if Spezza's production has been declining, I still think this is a pretty good deal for the Stars. It was a fantastic deal back then, but right now I still think it's one of the better deals that Jim Knowles made. Still, even with the production declining for Jason Spezza, I still think it's a pretty good deal for the stuff that they had to give up. I don't think that it was that much. Alex Chiasson, who is in Washington, has 28 points, but he's not even in the Ottawa Senators organization anymore, so he's gone from there. Nicholas Paul, who's in the AHL, he has had a few NHL games the past 3 years. Hasn't done too much, but in the AHL. Alex Kuptul, who's in the ECHL, doesn't look to be too much. Probably won't make anything special in the AHL or NHL. Then the 2015 second-round pick, who's Gabriel Gagne, who might be something. He's in the AHL right now. Not doing terribly. I think he has like 19 goals, something like that. But still, he could become something. I don't know if he'll be able to be an NHL player, but he's definitely a decent AHL player. But still, with that package, with what Jason Spezza has done for the Stars, even out the decline in production, the last couple of years, the first couple of years where he got in Dallas, I still think that it was very, very well worth it for what the Stars got back. And Ludwig Karlsson, who could still become something, I guess, is in the EIHL. He's not doing too great, but again, he still could become something. I mean, he's 27 years old. He is a pretty far out chance there, but again, he could be an AHL player. That's probably the peak of what he could become. Now, Spezza's contract is 7.50 for 1 more year. He has a modified no trade clause, 10 teams in the NHL, and that really limits the Stars in terms of just potential teams, potential suitors for that contract. I mean, that contract is already big enough. Having 10 teams crossed out is going to it's not going to help anything at all. And of course, with his age at 34 years old, that limits it even more at the point where even if he had that contract and was declining, let's say he was like 25 years old or something ridiculous like that, that would be a lot more of a comfortable thing for a team to take on rather than a guy who is declining and is about to turn 35. Now we're going to look at his last 5 seasons, starting with his last full season in Ottawa. In the 13-14 season, he had 75 games played, 23 goals, 43 assists for 66 points. In the 14-15 season, his first full season with Dallas, 82 games played, 17 goals, 45 assists for 62 points. And in the 15-16 season, the division winning season, 75 games played, 33 goals, 30 assists, and 63 points there. And that's 33 goals was, I think, one of the highest in his career. He had a couple of 34-goal seasons, a couple of them higher up, but he had one of his best years at season as well. The 16-17 season, he missed quite a few games, a lot more than the years past, with 68 games played, 15 goals, 35 assists for 50 points. And the whole team really had a down year that season. So, again, having that many points, I still think is pretty impressive for what he did. And this season, of course, 17-18 season with Dallas, 76 games played, almost a full season, 8 goals, 18 assists for 26 points. And to say that that's a drop-off is an understatement. You could tell there was a string of seasons where he had 60 to 65 points, that round range. Had that 50-point seasons, a little bit of a down year, but he did have a down year with the team as well. And the 26 points is the sharp decline that some people predicted, and it desperately happened this season. I didn't think that was going to happen this amount this season. I mean, he just started off slow and then kept being slow. Had a good week, one good week where he had like 7 points, and then kept being slow, and then kept being slow, and there was just no point, there was no consistency with Jason Spezza. He had one week where he just tore everything up, and then the rest of the season, he was just gone, just disappeared. And he's been okay this whole season. He hasn't been garbage, but the only good thing he really does, the only good thing he really does to the team is to pass. That's really his only good thing that he does right now. He's okay defensively. He's garbage in shooting. He is terrible. He's like a Thomas Plekanec as well, where he just misses the net. He either misses the net or puts it in the goalie's stomach every single time. He sucks shooting-wise now. And he's pretty much a passer at this point. He's okay defensively, not good physically. Of course, he's never been that guy either. So he's a one-dimensional player right now. He's not really great at anything. He's only good in passing, and that's a big thing. He's not an all-around guy anymore like he used to be. And now he's just had that sharp decline. Of course, you can blame age, you can blame a lot of stuff, but I think that it's just his play. A lot of things have factored into it, but again, he hasn't gotten the playing time. His age has caught up to him. There's a lot of things going into that. Now, what do the Stars do in the offseason? What are their plans for him? Do they buy them out? Do they keep going with Spezza? Do they trade him? I mean, there's a lot of options there. So let's start with a trade. Where could he go? And there's not a lot of options there. Who'd want a fourth line center production for $7.5 million, only for 1 year, which is a good thing. Although thankfully it's not any longer. But who'd want a contract at 7.50 again in the offseason? Who'd want to take that contract on when they can get a much better player for $7.5 million and have that player that would be a second line player at least? And it's a really tough situation because there's not a lot of teams that want to take that contract on. I don't think that there's going to be really a suitor that's going to want to aggressively take that on. They're going to have to do something to sweeten the deal there. Either take it to a team that has the cap space and could want a center, Montreal, or they could just have some kind of sweeten deal. You know, there is going to have to be something to give up for somebody to take Spezza. They're going to have to give something back and give something as well as Spezza to take that deal. And they could also buy him out. That might be a good option there. I mean, they have a long-term cap, so maybe they want to go for it this year, have more cap space for this offseason, and get a player of a second-line caliber. Who knows? But I think there's only one more year left on this contract. I'd say that I'd rather take on that contract and just take it wholeheartedly. But again, buyout might be the option there to get more players coming back from cap that will be available if they buy him out. But again, that sustained amount of cap from the buyout would worry me a bit. If they do keep him, where is he going to play? Is he going to be in the AHL? Is he going to be scratch every game? Is he going to be a bench player? I mean, what's going to happen with him? I don't think if we're going to keep him, I don't want him to play. I want to have guys like Heinz come up. I want to have guys in the AHL that deserve the chance come up and play rather than Spezza, because Spezza just has not impressed me throughout this whole season. Just an inconsistent player. I would just rather see a guy who's worked hard enough in the AHL get that chance next season, or have a player in the offseason that's signed. Got to get a guy from the offseason in the free agent pool, have that guy play fourth line center or whatever you want for that, but just have a guy replace him in the offseason. I'd rather have somebody else play for him if we were to keep him. And they put themselves in this hole, signing that contract, but again, he hasn't worked this season, so he may not ever again. He may want to go somewhere else again. There is trades available, not as much as he has the no trade clause. He might want to go somewhere, but again, I think the options for at least trade-wise are going to be pretty limited. And if they do keep him, I don't think the production is going to be as good if they play him every day. I don't think that they should do that as well. Again, I don't think that he needs NHL caliber anymore. He hasn't played like that. Even though his advanced stats do look good, he just hasn't shown it on the ice as well. But I just think that he doesn't really deserve the chance as much as a guy in the AHL like Roope Hintz. And guys just in the NHL that do deserve that chance. And I think that playing him every day next season, or just having him play every other day, it's still a bad idea, because I feel that there's other guys deserving of that ice time. But I do like Jason Spezza as a person. He has helped throughout the community a lot. And I do hope that whatever happens, it's best for him and it's good on his terms, because I really do like the guy, and I hope everything works out for him. But that's going to, guys. If like, subscribe, do not ring that bell. Tell me below what you think Jason Spezza will go, what will happen with his situation, what the Stars will do with him in the offseason. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.